It's go time. So I called an audible. I am not gonna take my Subaru. I'm gonna take this rental car. The main objective of this video is get to Asheville with cool guitars and amps. There are some amps that showed up last night between these videos that you need to see. An amazing roaring demon of a thing, a 1958-59 Gibson Gibsonette. Also, if you didn't know, John from True Vintage Guitar is going to be there. It's going to be super fun. This is the first time we've actually hung out in person. The two tenets I always say about this channel, which is guitar hunters fill the world with music and friendship. I didn't have enough stuff to fill a booth with John, so I reached out to two of my lifelong friends, Mike and Elliot. Mike and I worked at a vintage guitar shop together. Elliot has a really cool shop here in town. So pack up and then hit the road, go to Asheville. And we're off!
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, man, what are you up to?
Fighting Atlanta traffic. Dropped off all the Space Echoes and stuff, and yeah, I think my maps puts me there at like 9. Anyway, cool, man. All right, we'll see you then.
Sweet, man. Be safe. I'll see you soon. What would life be like without traffic? Car people. So this is a brand new Nissan Maxima. Hey, Tennessee! We made it to Tennessee! Ah, I missed it! 4 hours of driving.
Welcome to Tennessee.
Hey, we're in Tennessee. There's a thing that is driving me crazy in this car. I thought it was the air conditioning compressor, but it does it with it or without it. There's this noise that comes from over here on the passenger side, and it starts as a little like, there it is. It's this little squeaky noise that starts real low. It like slowly ramps up, like, it's like waterboarding me. Every 2 or 3 minutes, there it is again. Me slowly descending into madness. It's gonna start again here in a second. But, onward and upward, hour and a half left. So, the show got canceled. Is not a total surprise. Yeah, so John and I did an Instagram live. Both decided to just kind of stop where we were. We were both probably an hour and a half away from where we were gonna meet. I was coming from the north, he was coming from the south. And so we're just gonna hit the road and we're both gonna go back home. So it's 8 o'clock now. I've got a long drive. So that might be the end of this video. No, it can't be the end of this video. When I'm back and I'm settled, I'll pull everything out from the car and I'll actually show you, explain and play most everything of what I brought with me. Man, it's a freaking bummer. There was stuff that I really hoped to sell. I really hoped that this would be a good thing for Elliot and for Mike. But yeah, tomorrow morning I'll pull everything out. We'll check out some cool stuff. Oh, I'm beat. I stopped at the same gas station about 6 hours ago when I was driving the other direction. I'm bummed that the show got canceled. It is the right decision. This is a good moment for me because I try to overcome a lot of things with optimism. You know, where it's like, it's fine, it's not the end of the world. I should have gone, probably should have had it on my radar that this trip shouldn't have happened. But me being really hopeful and optimistic, I was just kind of hoping that I'd get to go sell some guitars, meet some people, hang out with John, who, you know, like, we'll have to figure out another time to hang out. There are lots of people pontificating, giving their opinions right now on how we should respond to this. The basic blocking and tackling that I know of being a human is that this will pass, and that when we look back in a couple years at how we handled this moment, I know we're not going to want to look back and say, I panicked, I freaked out, it was the worst thing that could have happened. Like, our best choice right now is to just choose to be honest, clear-eyed, to look at this and say, hey, this is a serious thing, and the best strategy for us is to just lay low. I'm gonna go home. We're gonna have a really just slow weekend. Probably do some yard work, just be outside tomorrow and just kind of rest and relax. All right, guitar hunters, that's where I will leave you tonight. In the morning, I'll unpack the car and I will pull out a bunch of guitars and gear and cool stuff. And we'll hear some rad guitars and I'll give you something to do. It's been a couple days. Drove back, got home very late. Got back at 2 o'clock in the morning on Thursday night. And then just through the weekend, we just kind of hung out. But I have drug so much guitar gear in and out of a car, rented a car, returned a car, took it all back. It's all now here in the basement. I just want to show you what I've brought here, run through a couple things, and there are some awesome things you're going to need to hear and other things we'll just talk about. So here's the main stack of things. How freaking rad is that? I love these lightning bolts. Yeah, so this is a Radiotone from the 1930s. Here is that Magnatone. So this is a little Valco 007. Here's a great Montgomery Ward. Very cool little amp. Here's that Showman. Over here, this is a little Gibson. Here's the Gretsch 6161. I'm just gonna blast through all these amps real quick and then we'll talk about them. This originally had two 6x9. It has been converted to a 10-inch Weber. Very cool. All of the mods you can remove. So there's a baffle board that's been added to the back. With the 10-inch speaker, I have the original 6x9s over there. The 6x9s sound like turds. This thing sounds very cool. It's very bitey. Feels very like Voxy. Lots of high end, lots of treble. Very cool. Check it out. All in, badass amp, super cool, sounds great, looks killer. If you like the Art Deco mojo, this thing is just straight across the plate for you. All of these will be for sale on Reverb right around the time this video goes up. So check it out. I'm not totally sure of the pricing on any of these. Let's swap out the amp real quick. It's very cool. It's pretty noisy, pretty buzzy, if you hear that. And it breaks up by like 3. Let's go all the way up. Let's see what happens. Tiny little tube amp, 6-inch speaker. Very cool. Check it out. This thing, everything about it just feels cool, old, 1940s, 1950s. It's got a very cool green light in the back. So let's check it out. Volume and tone are on noon. That's way louder. It looks super classic. It's a little dark, but if you turn the tone all the way up, you get a little more brightness. I think you'd be totally happy with this, just a small little bedroom, cool little club amp. We have two more Gibson amps that you are going to lose your mind. One is the Gibsonette, which is a freaking rock and roll machine. Does that sound like an amp from like 1958? This is a Gibson Gibsonette. This is the GA8. Forget the model number. It's all worn off on the top. This amp has been beaten up, used, abused, put away wet. The whole amp was recovered, not well, so it's a pretty bad recover. There's a DVD in the back that will show all the work that's been done to it. I don't have a computer with a DVD player anymore. This is it on 5 of 10. So this is, I think it's 15 watts, but it's very loud. So this is halfway up. It has a new power transformer, which may be why it was as aggressive and bitey. But check this thing out. This is just it. No tube screamer. This is how it sounds. Good googly moogly. It's so freaking loud. Gibson Gibsonette, very cool. I like this amp a lot. It's just aggressive, loud, light, tiny. What's not to like? All right, let's check out the last tiny little Gibson. This amp is incredibly quiet. Like, it's all the way up, and I think you can still hear me talking. If you even over that mic. So I didn't do this with any of the others. It's so quiet. Let's add a little bit of tube screamer. Still not loud at all. tiny little Gibson powerhouse. So this is a 70s Alvarez. What model is this? This is the 5063. This feels very kind of Gibson J45-ish, maybe a square shoulder. It's all laminate. It is really beautiful maple back and sides. The action is incredibly low on this. Typically these 70s Alvarez are going to have some issues with high action. These are $350, $400 usually. So the action is really low. If I dig in, it kind of bottoms out, but I just won't play it like a jerk. Really thumpy strings, and it just reminds me of this song by Iron and Wine. So the next guitar up is a Yamaha Red Label, and I wish I could talk a lot more about them. These are the guitars that if you've been around, especially old gospel and bluegrass guitar players, they're all going to say, the guys that can't afford a Martin for whatever reason, no shame in that, but these guys are all going to say the same thing. They're going to say, my Yamaha Red Label sounds just as good as a Martin, and they're probably right. But they do have a critical problem that they all play really hard and they all have really high action. But let's check this thing out and let's hear it. So this is a Yamaha FG180. This was made in Japan. These are kind of the Martin killer guitars. They sound really, really great. And this one, the saddle is nothing, and the action is still pretty high. Thanks for watching this video. I'm Jeremy the Guitar Hunter. Listen, all of this stuff is going to go up on my Reverb. I'm going to start posting stuff on my Instagram, so make sure to go follow me there. If you want to support this channel, go to Patreon. It does take a good bit of energy and effort and mental thought to put these videos together, and I'm really thankful for every one of you that partners with me to make sure these videos keep happening. Each of these pieces of gear will be great for somebody, so I hope to find the right people for these guitars and these pieces of gear. Thanks for watching this video. See you in the next one. Oh, in the next one, there will be the giveaway. I'm sorry. Obviously, life has been a bit chaotic for everybody right now. So what's coming up next is a giveaway from LR Bags, and we've got some stuff from Martin to give away. And so all of that stuff will come in the next video.